Hello YouTube, we're back with another Dark Souls 3 episode. Picking up right where we left off here in the graveyard outside of the Cathedral. And I've noticed, I didn't really catch it in the last episode, but I noticed the frame rate here is bad. I can tell it slowed down, but I didn't notice just how bad it was until I kind of stopped and took a look. I have a feeling it might be because it's spawning in so many of these hollows. I can't get past. But I think once I'm past them, it should lighten up a little bit. You know, once I'm inside the cathedral. I was also thinking I might backtrack just a little bit and kind of switch direction. Only because I kind of want to get a little ways into Farron Keep, because you can find ashes that allow you to buy Titanite shards. And that's nice because then you can kind of upgrade more than just a few weapons. So I have a little more versatility, like I said, because since I'm kind of trying to evenly build strength and dexterity, I want to have some heavy weapon options and some light weapon options and something kind of in between. So once we work our way up there a little bit, we might backtrack a bit. But man, I know I'm missing. I know there's one area where there's a few items sitting down and you get ambushed, but I can't find it. I may. I'll tell you what. I'm going to keep looking around until I find it, because I'm sure it's really boring watching me run around and chop these guys down with terrible frame rate. I'm probably going to cut that part out unless I find it just real soon. So if I do decide to cut a bit out, I will see y'all in just a minute. Man, where is it? I know it's up this way. I didn't think it was down here, but maybe it is. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I was just not quite going in the right direction yet. These guys get up later. Right, Executioner's Greatsword and nothing. Yep. This is where we get ambushed, so we are leaving. Okay, so I just completely missed that turn somehow. Not that turn, but that little break in the wall that leads to the path. Get out of the way. At least they don't hit very hard. They're just kind of minor inconveniences. These guys, however, with the gross worm bodies, are annoying, and they will, as you can see, kind of infest you with their gross maggot things, worms, whatever. So just pop out your torch and they pop off. I think I already mentioned that, but can't hurt to talk about it a little bit more. Same rule kind of applies. You can hit them with the torch and they will get stunned. Oh, Grave Warden found me. Oh, no, 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 no. I need help. I need help. Alright, let me out, but I'm okay. Alright. Now, the reason I was shouting for help, you can hear the loud bangs. The giant is supposed to be shooting arrows in this area, but he doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. Oh, I found a Grave Warden hood. That's something. I'm just gonna keep on walking around. Well. He's trying, but he's not really succeeding. I'm gonna ignore those items because those are just more white branches. And I'm not sure how accurate it is, but I read somewhere that if you pick up, I think, all the branches, that he actually dies. I don't know if that's the case. I do know he can die, but I don't know if that's what caused it. There's a lot of weird little things like that where the causation of certain events in this game, you can't really be sure, because there's nothing that really, no one will really confirm what happened. Like I mentioned the deal with the Grey Rat storyline, who Grey Rat is the thief that you rescued, who he will go out on missions for you to fetch more items. Like I said, there's a lot of conditions that affect whether he will live during that mission or not, and honestly, it's kind of a toss-up. Oh! Oh, no. Anyway. But yeah, it's kind of a toss-up, like, you have to do all these weird, specific things, and there's no way to know, besides checking online, and even from what I read, like, people online aren't 100% sure whether you do what is the right thing to do on those missions. But so the enemy I just fought is disgusting, and I didn't address it until now. They're these weird worm monstrosities. As you notice, I kind of smacked it with my torch and it freaked out. It's one of the enemies in the game that is weak to fire. It gets panicked by it, so you can just smack it with fire and hit it a few times. And they're also really weak to bleed, I believe, which my only bleed weapon I think right now is my Uchi Katana, but I can't use it quite yet. Effectively, that is. Maybe once I get a little more dexterity. Alright, I think that's it for those. So put the torch away. And there are two... I think there's two. There's at least one. Crystal lizards up here. Let's see if I can get this one stuck on the wall. Not running down that pathway. Okay. I want to make sure my attack didn't get stopped by hitting the wall there. Usually, if you hit a crystal lizard that's scurrying away, it'll kind of stop their digging animation, and they can't dig their way to freedom, which they usually do if you don't kill them in time. But they also scurry for a long time as well. There's another giant crystal lizard here. Oops. Keep forgetting I can't do that. So I'm going to take him on. If I can get to him, there we go. Should be about done. Yep. They're not so bad. Like I said, especially that one, you can really easily get the drop on him, and if you hit him, as long as you stay aggressive, you will stun him and get an easy riposte, and he'll fall pretty fast. Dude, these things are terrifying. And when I first played through, oh cool. When I first played through, I had no clue that. For one thing, I didn't know fire bothered them, and I didn't think they could be stunned at all. And also, once you were infested, I didn't know you could use a torch to get rid of the worms. So I was just running around trying not to die. Because if you don't get rid of them, they stay on for a long time. It'll bleed you out like 2 or 3 times. You'll take quite a bit of damage. We're just scavenging right now. some more Titanite. Okay, so like I said, I do want to go back. Let's get some items. But I want to go back to the forest and make my way to Farron Keep just for a little bit, because I want to get to those ashes that I mentioned, and that's right by the Great Grey Wolf bonfire. It's the something wolf bonfire. So we're going to go back here to the Crucifixion Woods. And it's right past where I fought the two knights who were guarding that giant gate. They were wearing the executioner set. Wait, was it the executioner set? It's some armor set. And I already hate being back here because of those dumb crabs. But here we are. I can see him scurrying around. That one wants to ruin my life already. Leave me alone. I don't remember how to get to these items. I should probably figure that out. I think. Oh yeah, let's take a side trip and look around real quick, because I know I missed some things over here, and I feel a little better equipped to deal with the enemies over here now. In fact, I could probably just two-hand it. Because I know there's stairs around here somewhere. Or maybe it's right around the Crystal Sage bonfire. Maybe I have to go up the stairs over here. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think it's over there. Oh, hello. I forgot about the spear guy. And there's an item down here, too. Ah! So this was the area that I was looking for. A ring of sacrifice. And I'll get those two items, and then we'll go to Farron Keep, and I'll stop wandering around like someone who has no clue what they're doing. Because I have at least a small clue what I'm doing. Make sure I don't pass the item. Okay, the golden falcon shield. So I did all that, and it was something that I don't even care to use. Oh well. Here we are. For those of you who did want to know where it was, that's where it is. The reason I don't really care to use it, 59% physical absorption. Not really my cup of tea. The other thing I might want to do while I'm here, I might go take that Black Knight on again. Mostly because I really want that shield. This crab has other ideas though. And I missed some items. Would you look at that? Good stuff. Oh, the Conjurer set. And Fire Man's turn. So, it's not exactly items that I wanted or needed, but, you know. I really want to get out of the deep water. Keep rolling. I think he'll... Will he keep following me? Yeah. Oh wow, you triggered him. Alright, so the crab's not following me at least. I can spam him to death. Deal with these guys. He's still out for blood, but he's like, oh, I can't get out of this water. He will jump right over you. He's easy to stagger. Alright, Black Knight. I'm gonna backstab you to death, hopefully. Hopefully. That was a pretty weak hit, too. That was one of his stronger swings. Man, still no items. Well, it was worth a go. If I'm ever in this area again, I'll probably try again. Like, eventually I'll come through that door to unlock a pseudo shortcut. Oh, he's coming for me again. I hear him skittering around behind me. Now this area is interesting. I've noticed this. It's in a lot of areas. They put like warnings. I'm not sure why, because like I understood it in the beginning of the game because it was to warn you that you're going to fight a very difficult enemy, which I say I understand, but it's not very Dark Souls-ish to warn you in that way. But here it's really weird because you absolutely have to go this way. I don't know why it's telling you to turn back. But oh well. But yeah, I remember I mentioned Dark Souls 2 as my first Dark Souls game, and it inspired me to go back and play Dark Souls 1 and now Dark Souls 3, and maybe eventually Demon Souls and Bloodborne. But when I first played it, I was very obviously new to the game and the series, and I tried my very best to take out the Cyclops at the beginning, which is definitely an end game enemy. So of course I got my butt handed to me over and over and over again until I finally gave up and realized that it was a worthless cause. I'm going to try and pick up some of the items along the way here. I'm not worried about completing this area yet. I think it's just a Titanite shard. Okay, moss clumps. Let's go and equip those. So we may need them. Poison's not so bad in this game. Same as Dark Souls 1. Honestly, it builds up pretty quick, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so you might as well just let it go. But sometimes, in some situations, it's good to go ahead and get rid of your poison. So moss clumps are nice to have. We're going to work our way past the, oh, I don't remember what they're called. The petrification beasties. Not get petrified. It's going to come to me later what their name is. So I don't really need my shield here. Oh, we out of here. Oh, no. Aww. I'm turned to stone. Oh yeah, death counter. The interesting thing about this game in the curse is that it doesn't have a very detrimental effect. It's just like a normal death. In other Dark Souls games, it would have some. In Dark Souls 1, it locked your health at like half, I think, and you couldn't get it back until you I think you had to go get a purging stone, and it wasn't always a convenient item to get. And then in Dark Souls 2, it would immediately put you at max hollowing if you got cursed. And in that game, if you hollowed, you lost a bit of health. So if you're at max hollowing, again, you're locked at about half health. So it's definitely interesting. And in this game, it just treats it like any other death. But I guess also in this game, anytime you die, it takes you back to your unentered health. So I I guess it's still detrimental. Oh, come on. Can't I just two-hit him? Make my life a little easier. Do I have a Curse Bite Ring? I don't think I do. I do have the Poison Bite Ring, which I don't know why I'm not using. Not all that helpful when I'm already poisoned, but... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that added up. That built up really fast. I want to get to my souls. Whew. We're gonna fat roll away. I'd like to try and kite them, but they stick together pretty well. And I ran into a tree, and I'm gonna die because I got stuck on a tree. Stuck on a tree, part 5. Let's do it. Death counter. I don't want to get into double digits too soon. These things shouldn't be giving me this much of a problem, but they are. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious why I get angry and swing my axe every time I have to update my death counter, I have to click away from the game, and I have to click back on it again to use my controller, and that accounts for a swing. So I hope that doesn't make me accidentally swing my axe at an NPC or anything. I just want to get my souls. I think I'm going to go the other way. I can take out 1 or 2. Maybe not 3. Or 4. I need to roll. As long as I'm watching where I'm going and I don't get stuck on any more trees, it should be okay. You know what? Why am I not using the dagger trick? Ah, that's what I should be doing. Good old dagger trick. Leave me alone. So you'll notice, like, I've been poisoned this whole time, but I pretty safely ignored it. Let's forget about this for now. And I'm sure I have shield splitter. Ah, quick step. Aha! That makes it much easier to get through here. I should be able to just get right past the cursed miss-spitting baddies this way. This is a pretty well-known trick for the game, but I guess I should explain it. Most daggers, their weapon art is this quick step, which is designed to step around an enemy so you can kind of backstab them or get the drop on them or whatever you want to do. However, it does use up your FP, but you can... Oh, stupid Hazel, man. Even if you run out of FP, it works. So you can just constantly quick step your way through. Hazel, I do not have time for shenanigans right now. I'm just trying not to die to the curse. I didn't want to be locked onto him anymore. Ugh. Like I said, Hazel has a bad habit of showing up when you're in the middle of a fight with something else, which is just the worst. Okay. So now that I've gone through the area with whatever they're called. I'm gonna try and swing around the opposite way. Maybe take out Hazel from the other side. Perhaps. Really? Okay. I'm the chosen undead, but I can't step over one little thing. Oh, here we go. Made this guy mad. This one's not so bad as long as you're mindful of the skulls, which it's hard to focus on him. And watch if his tree gets stuck in the ground. You're gonna want to try and shield or run away because he'll pull it out and cause a large explosion, which is no bueno. I thought there were enemies up here. I guess not. Well, while we're here, we might as well extinguish this. That's the goal of this part of Farron Keep, is extinguish the 3 flames. Go ahead and skip the animate or the cinematic, as I will do with most. As I mentioned, this is not a story concern to play through. Oh man, these guys are, quite frankly, they're the worst. If you see these, I can't remember their names either. If you see them and they don't have a weapon, don't let them grab you. Watch for them to step on you. You can stun them for a few hits, and you can't. Oh, you can't shield their grab either. So you do want to kind of be ready to just roll around, because if they grab you, they'll steal your health and they'll get powered up, and they'll steal quite a bit of health. So they're no fun to deal with. All right, now that I'm not worried about getting cursed. I can't even see you and you're casting at me. That doesn't seem very fair. Man, I think the Crush Shield had decent magic resistance. Maybe that was fire. Like that backstab. Keep hitting you. Man, he hits hard. She forgot. Get that Evelyn or that crossbow nonsense out of here. It's not an Evelyn. That dang crossbow. Oh, good. Got some Estus back. I'm gonna need to use one right off the bat.
Come on, Tuck.
Bow, 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 fucker, bow.